So my current job is head of events and marketing at Wired Sussex. Some of the things that I do are around job seekers and helping connect people with the tech industry. For example, diversity and inclusion is really key for us because we want the tech industry to be much more diverse and have more women, more people of colour, more people who might identify as having disabilities, to make tech and creative sectors more open. Because obviously if we're producing products, websites, apps for everyone, then everyone should be in the room to help make those happen. Well, when I was at school, we were very lucky to be able to do a GCSE in media studies, and like my generation, I suppose, we just were brought up on lots of TV and film, and I was just obsessed with that. I also used to read a lot, so I really wanted to learn how to make video and create music, and radio was always really interesting to me. So when I had an opportunity to do a degree in that, an HND I did first, there was a lot of practical elements, and then it was there at college that I met some people that were just starting out in web development and website building. The fact that there was no real rules as well, that you could just set up a blog or you could create your own social media later, was really appealing to me, that I could just start. I did a lot of temping when I was a student, and I did a lot of admin work, and then I got a job with a digital company in London, which was just one of the first sort of viral companies, so people that made like competitions and stuff for websites. I have to say, now if I was doing it now, I probably wouldn't have gone to university, because so much of what you can learn now is all online, and there are so many great sort of courses that you can do, and I'm learning all the time. Basically, I think it was drilled into me as a youngster by my parents. My sister did law at school, and all my family were much more traditional, sort of like teachers or doctors or lawyers, so it was almost expected that I would go to university, and I had it in my head that I would go to what I thought was prestigious arty university like Goldsmiths, or go to Sussex and live on a campus, and it all seemed very like what I expected in films. In the end, I went to Richmond upon Thames College to do my A-levels, which was a good hour and a half like commute from where I lived, where my school was just around the corner from me. Looking back, that felt like a bit of an odd time for me, and I took a year out to retake my A-levels, and then another year felt like too long for me to wait until going back to apply. So what I did was I took an HND course, which was marketing and advertising, business studies really, with these sort of elements of video production, radio production and desktop publishing. So I ended up doing like a 4 years at university, an extra year to change that HND into a degree. Lots more initiatives now than ever before. So one of the ones that I really rate is there's various different companies, but one that I do know of in Brighton is called Creative Process, and they do a 3-week course for anyone. It's designed for people straight out of school. It's like an apprenticeship scheme where you get trained into Photoshop and social media marketing and loads of different things to do with stuff that you probably already know, but it gives you a certificate at the end of it. If you're interested in making games, then there are platforms like Unity that are open source that you can experiment and try making games. Or if you're interested in web development, just make some websites. I mean, these days it's so easy now, or graphic design courses. And those people who maybe are in mobile app like development, it's really easy now to sort of just talk to your peers online, get involved with different networking groups online, just follow people as well that you might be interested in working with. There's so much more resources around that. You know, you don't have to be a technical person in order to work in tech. You know, often we really need to, a lot of us who work in this industry, we need to cultivate our social skills, our presentation skills, and also thinking about your own self-care and your own things that you need to make sure that you feel, you know, hydrated and you're eating properly and you're not getting stressed out at work. But it's about trying things out. You know, like I've had opportunities to have a radio show on Juice and create my own radio, which was like a dream that I had when I was 17, and to be able to do that, just like so much fun. But that's the thing, I still went through a feeling of like, oh my goodness, I can't do this, who am I to do this? It's not exactly imposter syndrome, it's just nerves. And the thing is, you just get over the nerves and just do it anyway, and breathe through it and just do it anyway. Because the fact that, like, whenever I get asked to do something, even like something like this, I think if I say no, then what sort of person am I who are trying to encourage other people to do stuff like this? There's lots of groups on Facebook and LinkedIn and on Instagram, companies you can follow, and just seeing how they are and what they're doing and just start communicating with them. One of the companies in Brighton, Clearleft, always say that they always like to feel like they're building their networks, you know, whether they're interns or students from straight out of university. We're more likely to hire you if we've already seen your face at our events, or we already know your name because you've been contributing to discussions online, and, you know, just finding your tribe, you know. So there are lots of different groups to join of all kinds of different things online, and it's just usually they are unfortunately on Facebook or on LinkedIn. And I know this sounds really like weird, but like just being yourself, it took me absolutely like decades to get that. Being yourself and being more committed, you know, and following people that are doing what you already want to do is helpful, I think, as well. Just to be, so there's a phrase, you know, if you can see it, you can be it.